React automatic and we burst and squeeze and make 9/11 each emergency. Urgency, amber to red like the turning leaves. Oh, please let the hurt cease.
Jerry Driscoll.
Yeah, and the guy has, there was a lot of very unusual symbolism in this war. He had a Grateful Dead, the band, the Grateful Dead logo kind of flashing up.
He's got every DVD they ever made, too, man. I'll tell you that.
And, you know, some of the tanks were driving around there with 666 written on them, and you got this Red Dragon unit. Again, what's behind all this symbolism, and who authorizes something like 666 written on a tank?
Well, obviously every tank commander can put pretty much anything he wants in the barrel of his tank, and the logo that's on the side of those CH-46 helicopters, which incidentally are older than anybody except Jerry Driscoll in that squadron. He says it on the DVD. Yeah. The squadron commander does. I mean, by the way, the Red Dragon, by the way, is Smough from the trilogy. That's now of course,
named after the serial killer in the book Red Dragon.
Right.
Well, that's interesting. Well, I mean, it just seems to me. I know that we have a lot of Christian listeners, and
sure.
when they saw, some of this satanic symbolism as our boys are going to battle, I know it was quite disturbing for them.
Well, the message that kid was trying to send, I think, with the 666 is, if you think things were bad beforehand, I'm now here to tell you with this 120 millimeter round that you better not pick on us. These guys, by the way, the faith of these youngsters is extraordinary. As I write in the front end of the book describing the average 19-and-a-half-year-old, he may be able to take profanity to the level of a new art form.
Right.
But he's also more than likely got a Bible in his pack, and he reads from it regularly.
Well, I mean, there's a difference between being one of the boys and using profanity in a war. I mean, obviously they have that right. The thing that I think, you make the perception that you're seeing the 666, for example, again, and hey, you better watch out because I got, all this ammunition and I'm going to kill you. But I think what it also does is plays into this whole myth that, we're the infidels, we're the crusaders, we are of Satan, this whole religious, ideological battle going on between both Muslims and Christians today. I mean, I'm not sure if that's exactly the message we want to send.
Jack, let me just tell you something. I just got back here a few weeks ago. Second trip over there, in this case with the 4th Infantry. And as a young, right after a bombing, and in which thankfully there were no Americans.
Feels like a race. You're miles off the pace. And I still lean for the line. Follow the tide.
What you just heard, that is more of that All Over North interview that we're going to be uploading here this week. And this is a great song. Feels Like a Race by Gareth Icke. That is David's son, who is a very popular musician around the world and does some great music. You can get him up on YouTube or davidicke.com. Gareth Icke, his daddy, is with us on the program today. David Icke, you must be really proud of Gareth. We've been playing his music for years.
Yeah, it makes me feel a bit homesick, actually, just hearing that. Yeah, he's a great guy, great singer-songwriter, and a really lovely chap, which is a kind of stark contrast to the guy who went before, who is barely one-dimensional. I mean, when you're dealing with the mentality of Oliver North, I mean, if he had a brain cell, it would die of loneliness, mate.
Yeah.
And
how'd you like him justifying all that? How'd you like him justifying all that evil that was sent into battle? I mean, was I making my point there? This isn't exactly what we want to be sending in.
The point is, I mean, I was talking about this earlier. Whenever I follow these bloodline families and their agents and offshoots long enough, far enough, I always hit Satanism. I always hit literally human sacrifice, ritual, blood drinking, and all the rest of it. I mean, this guy Roman Polanski, in the news at the moment, he's a practicing Satanist. He was throughout his filmmaking career, and so they they're going into battle as Christian America on the face of it. But the reason that all these symbols turn up and all these things that they do is because it's satanic in the background. That's what it's for. And the troops need to understand this, because so many people in uniform, in law enforcement, and in the army, the military, they have this misunderstanding that they're serving their country. They're serving, what's good for America. What they are serving every day is a system, a control system, which is designed to control and enslave their children and their grandchildren. And I say to these people, you don't have any power. The uniform has power. You're just animating it, because the uniform is an extension of the state. Take your uniform off. Where's your power? It's gone. It's these uniform professions and what I call the dark suit administrating professions that are in the middle size of the pyramid and administer what is dictated at the top into law and into legislation. They have to start looking at this, and they have to start breaking ranks, because they are going to have a conversation pretty soon, otherwise, with their children and grandchildren, explaining why they were playing their part in creating a system that's enslaving them. Wake up, suits, wake up, uniforms, because this is about you as well.
Yeah, this is what an organization like Oath Keepers is all about, and they're just doing a fabulous job as well. I just went and voted for my new Continental Congress here over the weekend. Dave,
right.
Do you think people are waking up? Hey, let's go to the calls, but before I do that, I want to go to some of the emails, reminding you that the phone number to call in is 512-879-3805. We're live today, this Monday, Columbia Day, October 12th, 2009, with David Icke today, davidicke.com, and he'll be appearing in Phoenix, Arizona, my former hometown, where I founded a 50,000-watt radio station that's still on the air. David, it'll be a homecoming for me, and I get to see you and Maria Heller, who's hosting your event. I'm just so excited to come out there. I'm so excited I spent $500 in traveling fees just to get there.
Well, I tell you, if you saw me a few years ago, mate, my goodness me, has it moved on.